righty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are here for another night of racing in the DC Designs Super Late Model Series. Quick shout out to the sponsors: Nelson Roofing, Burns Performance, DC Designs. DC Designs obviously being the main sponsor of this series. Really excited to have these guys on board. As you can see, they are gridding up, getting ready to roll. They've rolled those cars off the trailer. Now they're ready to get to racing. See a couple of guys over there in the chat saying, "Let's go racing." Hopefully, we can have a good night of racing. But to kind of give a little bit of a recap on qualifying. Give a quick little recap on the field. You got Dalton Creech on the pole, Carson Klingelhopper right on the outside of him. You got Everett Larson starting right behind Dalton Creech, Jared Fowler to his outside. You got Bradley Hubbard in that 5th position, Connor Fox in that 6th position. You got Garrett Lane back there, a new KW9 driver. He just got signed to that team. You see Nelson Roofing on the hood of that car. Beautiful looking car right there. You got Jacob Merrill to his outside in the Under Armour car. And then you got Mason Ward back there in the 25. Rounding out the field tonight. A little bit of a smaller field compared to the late model stocks, but still going to be just as much fun to watch. But make sure you get on the edge of your seat and get ready to watch these guys rip it around here. Here we go. Popped up over here, says that we are gridding 100 laps of racing here tonight in the DC Design Super Late Model Series here at Oswego, or the Steel Palace, whatever you want to call it. You can see a lot of beautiful cars out here tonight. A few guys running some new wraps. Some new wraps that I do see. Jared Fowler running a new wrap. Connor Fox in a newer looking car. Garrett Lane in a newer looking car as well. Jacob Merrill, his first time out here this season in the super late models, running a beautiful looking scheme. You got Mason Ward back there. Everett Larson, who has taken the EOL. Oh man, a little bit of controversy under the yellow flag. I'm not too sure what just happened right there. I'm not too sure what just happened between the 96 and the 64. Hopefully something they can get resolved before they go green right here. But here they come to the green flag. Into the start zone. Here green. And there they are. They are off. Oh, look at Jared Fowler, cuts right across 64's nose. Makes him check up, but everybody keeps it clean. Oh, Jacob Merrill going way wide. Everybody keeps it straight down the backstretch. They roll. Side by side. Carson Klingelhopper, Dalton Creech. Dalton trying to make the outside work. Bradley Hubbard goes wide. Jared Fowler not letting these drivers get away. Carson stuck on that outside. See the teammate maybe let him in there, or tried to attempt to let him in. Jared Fowler gonna obviously let the teammate have the inside, not gonna pressure him too much. Hopefully they can both get up here, catch his 36 and get past him. We'll just have to see. Oh, yellow flag is out. See, it looks like it is Garrett Lane that has gone around. Everett Larson, Jacob Merrill, all three of those cars involved in that one. See all of them get back rolling. We're going to go ahead and take a look back and see what happened right here. See, heading out of turn 2. Looks like Garrett Lane on the outside. I heard a little bit of tires. Oh, did you see him? He's loose. And Connor Fox not expecting him to be that loose. Just barely gets into him. And oh, man. Everett Larson gets tagged by Jacob Merrill. And then Garrett Lane backing up across track tags Jacob Merrill. Sends him almost into the wall. Luckily, everybody able to get out of that pretty unscathed, though. See, not really much damage to any of those cars, honestly, so... A lot of good-looking cars out here tonight. Jared Fowler, even with that left front damage, still be running with the leaders. So, definitely just have to see how this is going to play out. As we've seen already early on in this race, though, the inside line is going to be the line that is going to seem to prevail. You see Carson, he could not really make it work on the inside. Once he got to the inside, he was able to close that gap back up to Dalton Creech. But here comes the 36, trying to get another good start. Maybe push him up in the marbles a little bit. Maybe try to get him to slip those tires, but we'll have to see. Doesn't help him out too much. Carson able to close it up. Oh, Carson a little tight getting in, though. Can he keep the momentum on the high side? He is able to. Down into turn 3 and 4. Carson trying to close up the gap. Can he? He's able to a little bit, but look at Jared Fowler trying to hold on to that third position from Mason Ward and Bradley Hubbard. Jared Fowler now able to make the room. But we see Mason Ward. He dives it in there deep, trying to make something happen. You see Everett Larson trying to drive it through the field. He's working his way to the inside of Bradley Hubbard. Connor Fox involved in that wreck. He's trying to make his way back up through the field. You can just see how bumpy this track is. You see every car just bouncing up and down as they head through the corners. See Garrett Lane back there. He's not far off. Oh, goes a little wide and loses a little bit of momentum. So he's definitely trying to do everything he can right now. Oh, Garrett Lane trying to work to the inside of Bradley Hubbard, and they almost make contact. Luckily, both of them keep it straight. Oh! Bradley Hubbard comes down the track once again, and Garrett Lane is there and holds his ground. We'll just have to see how this plays out. Okay, Bradley Hubbard, he drives it in there deep. Garrett Lane running way wide. Bradley Hubbard working his way back to the inside. Look at this battle right here. Garrett Lane giving him the inside, though. That battle for third heating up now. You got Jared Fowler trying to defend the position. Mason Ward wanting it. Jared Fowler obviously not giving it up. Doing a really good job of holding that position. Jared has really good exit speed. He's able to kind of create a little bit of a gap to Mason Ward coming out of the corner. Well, I'm not too sure if he tagged the wall right there, but Well, Mason Ward dives it in deep, pushes him up the track. That's going to allow Everett Larson to close up the gap. Jared Fowler still trying to hold on, wanting to keep it inside the top 5. All those cars closing up quick. The Everett Larson tries to make a move to the inside. It isn't quite there, though. Jared Fowler able to shut the door on him. Mason Ward, he's now in that 3rd position, but Everett Larson still trying to work his way to the inside. He is barely able to get his nose there. Now he's able to get alongside. We'll have to see going down into 3 and 4, though. Jared giving him the room. He squeezes in behind the 0-1 of Everett Larson. Jared Fowler now down to the 5th position. This battle for the lead is still happening right now. We got an onboard cam with Carson Klingelhofer. You can see just how deep they drive it in. Oh, he has to back out right there. Doesn't want to run him over. Doesn't want to spin him out. Not too sure who's on the tire saving strategy right now. As Carson, he's definitely closing that gap up. Definitely has really good entry speed right here. You can hear him just roll into the throttle. We got this camera for Dalton Creech. You hear him just barely get on the chip right there. Not too sure if he tagged the wall right there. Mason Ward, he is actually closing up the gap. Everett Larson trying to do the same thing. I had to step away from the mic for 1 second, but I'll be right back. We're going to do a little bit of a crank it up right here. Sorry about that. I had a quick phone call to answer real quick, but Mason Ward, he's now worked his way to the lead. He's worked his way past both of these guys. We can go back and take a look, see how that happened. Oh, it looks like Carson Klinghoffer got into the back of Dalton Creech, and obviously Mason Ward able to capitalize on that. So, but this right here has really closed up the gap for everybody. Oh, Everett Larson into the wall there. You heard the contact. You seen him real loose right there. A lot of these guys strutting their speed pretty early on. We're already 35 laps into this race. Oh, Mason Ward way out wide. And Mason Ward is around, so we'll have to go back and see what happened. We got to see just a little bit of it. Oh, as you see, he was loose getting into the corner. He just could not get on it, get it woed up enough, and Carson Klinghoffer, not too sure where he was going, was trying to slow down, trying not to run into him. Hopefully he did keep it out of everybody. It looks like he got to the bottom of the track and everybody's able to go wide and avoid that car. You see the brakes glowing on that car. I'm not too sure if Carson's going to get a penalty or not. We'll have to see. He may have. I'm not too sure. I think he was going to get the EOL there. I'm not too sure. As Jared had hit pit road, try to get that damage fixed. So Everett Larson, now you're going to be your new leader coming back to the green. But he's got Dalton Creech and Jacob Merrill. I talked to Jacob before the race. He said that this was his favorite track, so definitely have to see how this plays out. Carson now, he's got a little bit of work to do. Only the second caution, those guys doing really good in the supers right now. There we go. Oh, that had the wrong camera. Let's see. Looking out the back of Jared Fowler's car. They have delayed the green, I believe. Yeah, they have delayed it. Maybe a little bit of a problem here on pit road. Oh, looks like Everett Larson may be taking the EOL. Green flag is out. Dalton Creech gets an amazing start there. Down into turn one they go. Oh, big wreck. Oh, man. Connor Fox. Man, I know that one had to hurt. Man, as you can see, that car is bent up. Oh, man. They go down into 1 and 2. And the car looks really good rolling down through 1 and 2. Like to see. He comes up the track just a little bit. Oh, Mason Ward tags him. Man. Does Carson Klinghoffer. Carson Klinghoffer makes it through pretty clean, but Bradley Hubbard not able to. Who was that? Mason Ward. He was actually able to make it out of that relatively clean. Man, definitely a hard hit from Connor Fox. That hurt to watch up here in the booth. A lot of those guys heading down. You see the Carson Klinghoffer, Dalton Creech heading down pit road. Oh, not too sure. Mason Ward. Definitely hard contact there. That car, I was surprised he was able to drive it back to pit lane as badly damaged as it was. We'll have to see how this plays out right here. Jacob Merrill is going to be your leader coming to this green flag. Everett Larson in that third position, but they got to look out behind them. A lot of those guys on new tires, at least two of them. Jacob Merrill gets an amazing start right there and fires that car off like a cannon. Bradley Hubbard, though, he is battling back on that outside, not giving Everett Larson. And Everett Larson is going to be able to clear him. Bradley wanting to get back to the inside, not able to. See, Jared Fowler, that crew was able to get that front left fixed. Or to get that nose pulled back out where it'll at least cover that tire, not kill the aerodynamics on that car. So maybe with the new aerodynamics, that car will be able to turn just a little bit more because he was struggling with turning earlier. So they haven't got it all the way fixed. Still see a little bit of damage, but not as bad as it was. Everett Larson, now he's charging up to the front, trying to get to the lead. Jared Fowler going to give the lane up to the teammate. Going to do his teammate a solid and get out of the way, but Jacob Merrill, obviously being on a different team, not going to get in the way. Carson Klinghoffer, man, that car is on a rail right now. He is just driving through the field. Now up to second place. Now can he catch the leader of Everett Larson? He's already closed up the gap. He's basically on his bumper right here. See him right there on Everett Larson. Now he works his way to the inside of him. On board with Carson Klinghoffer. He drives it in deep. Oh, little sideways, but keeps it on the bottom. Keeps it out of Everett Larson. Everett still driving that car. Let's see, Carson gives him a little bit of a tap. Everett tried to squeeze him. Carson not having any of it. That's Everett Larson now to the third position. Mason Ward taking advantage of that. Dalton Creech kind of driving it in high, diving it down low, trying to get a run up out of 1 and 2. He's barely able to, and now he's to the inside of him. Gets his nose in there. Now he's showing it side by side down the front stretch. Everett gets a little bit of a run. Not enough, though. That's Everett Larson now to the 4th position. Dalton Creature's in the wall that time. Don't see any damage to that car, but Jared Fowler in that 5th position. Just trying to hang on, see what he can do. We are in the second half of this race now. We're past lap 50. We'll say Carson hasn't created a very big gap from 2nd place, but it has been a pretty steady gap. He has not really let those guys really gain on him. So definitely running a very consistent line. Not allowing those guys behind him to catch up to him. Everett Larson following back just a little bit. Not falling off too much, not letting those leaders get way too far ahead of him. Jared Fowler trying to make something happen right here. Garner Fox is falling off the pace just a little bit. Maybe still battling the damaged car. You see a little bit of right front damage. Maybe has a little bit of wheel damage. Jacob Merrill's still back there trying to make something happen. Hasn't had the best luck all race. Looks like maybe a little bit of wheel damage. You see, he had that thing cranked all the way left. Bradley Hubbard involved in a couple wrecks. He's doing a real good job here tonight. Carson Klingelhofer and Mason Ward, both of those guys have created a little bit of gap back to Dalton Creech. Not doing a terrible job right now. Carson, you see, but staying very consistent right now. He's opened it up now to a whole second of a lead. Carson, as you can see, when he enters the corner, he kind of stays right there around the bottom. But Mason Ward not able to get into the turn 3 as good as Carson Klingelhofer. You see that car rides way out wide. Doesn't do it that time, but last couple of times it went by, the cars kind of went out towards that outside wall. Just doesn't seem like you can get that car turned as well as Carson. In the 21, you got the 36 right behind the 25. Trying to make something happen. Everett Larson trying to hold on to that 4th position. Jared Fowler closing up quick. Bradley Hubbard a little bit off the pace. Jacob Merrill a little bit off the pace. But those guys racing hard, don't want to give up that position. But Carson Klingelhofer, he is working his way up there trying to get to him. Carson trying to, like I said, trying to extend this lead. 30 laps to go now. Race ticking off very quick. See Carson now, he's worked his way past those lap cars. Mason Ward now, he's got to work his way past them. Connor Fox giving them the bottom. Jacob Merrill also gave those guys the bottom. Jared Fowler, he's worked his way past Everett Larson now. 26 laps to go for these guys, so Jared Fowler doing a pretty good job here tonight. It looks like Jacob Merrill might have gone around and saying he was trying to get that car back going, spun the tires there a little bit. Have to see what happened. You see, he's going to go ahead and bring that car down pit road. We'll just have to see what happened right here. Coming out of, I believe this is turn 2. No, this is turn 4. Coming out of turn 4. Oh, man, hits one of those big bumps, and the car just jumps around on him. He just cannot get this thing to stay straight, and it just finally whips around. And, oh, man, hard contact with that outside wall. So he's definitely not going to be a happy camper. It looks like he was able to use that fast spare, saved it for just the right moment. Now he is back on track. Carson Klingelhofer going to be your leader. So maybe the rest of those guys are going to go ahead and pit for those tires. See what these front two do. Did they save a set of tires or no? Don't think they did, but we'll have to see. Carson, he has stayed very, very fast. We are now 1 to go. one to the green. You see the pace truck dipping off of pit road. Carson Klingelhofer still your leader. How can you do on these old tires if those people get their tires a little too late? Here's someone down there definitely having a good time with that motor. Connor Fox catching up to the field back there. Oh, look at Carson Klingelhofer able to really put the power down. Now, Jared Fowler being a teammate of the leader, how does he play into this right here? Jared Fowler, he's right on the bumper of Dalton Creech. At this camera right here for Jared Fowler. Looks like he's having to maybe give up the bottom. No, he's still rolling it. He does to Everett Larson. He backed out just a little bit. He wanted to get behind Everett Larson and put the pressure on him. And being really easy with that wheel, just wanting to slowly turn in. Tim slowly turn in and just kind of try to keep it consistent and ease on that throttle. Carson Klingelhofer still your leader. He's opened it up to half a second now. Everett Larson stuck kind of in a sandwich. Oh, Dalton Creech gets loose. Oh, Dalton Creech way out wide. He keeps it off the wall. What a drive there by Dalton Creech. Man, what a save by Dalton Creech right there. But Jared Fowler, look at him putting the pressure on Everett Larson. Jared definitely having a better car on the corners, but Everett just having a little bit more on exit speed. Carson keeping that lead open. They're about 7/10 right now. Carson doing everything he can to keep that car going in the same direction, wanting to keep that thing as fast as possible. Jared still keeping the pressure on that 01. See Dalton Creech, he's trying to close up back up to the leaders right here. He's wanting to get back up here and race for the win, but maybe just a little bit too far back. 10 laps to go now. Carson doing a very good job of holding that line. Everett tried the dive bomb right there. Did not work. Didn't have enough momentum. Carson doing a very good job defending his line, making sure that he stays out front. Jared, he was real sideways right there, but able to keep it going straight. Just had to see. Seven laps to go. Carson still out front. Jared not far behind. Everett trying to work his way past that 21, just not able to. Everett maybe has used that car up just a little bit too much. Now Carson pulling away just a little bit. See, Everett, he cannot get that car to turn anymore. Maybe used up that right front a little too quickly right there, trying to get past Carson. It's allowing Jared Fowler to close the gap back up. 4 laps to go. Here they come through 3 and 4, coming to 3 to go. Definitely going to be an exciting finish anyway you slice it right here. 3 laps to go at the line. Carson still your leader. Carson, Everett, Jared, throw a blanket on him. They're right there with each other. Dalton Creech, who's had such a good run. You've seen he'd gotten real sideways right there. Mason Ward trying to work his way past him right now. 2 laps to go at the line. Carson still hanging on to it. He's got almost a half-second lead now. Definitely doing an amazing job here tonight. Jared Fowler, white flag in the air. Jared Fowler obviously wanting to get that second place. You see him, he's driving it hard, driving it deep. Does he have enough? Does Everett slip up right here? Does he choke on the last lap? It doesn't look like he's going to. I know who is it going to choke right here. It's going to be Carson Klinghoffer. Here he comes out of turn 4, and here he is to get the checkered flag. Carson Klinghoffer is your winner. Everett Larson in second. Jared Fowler in third. Dalton Creech right there in the 4th position. Mason Ward 5th. You got Connor Fox 6th. Jacob Merrill 7th. Bradley Hubbard in the 8th position. Garrett Lane in the 9th position. Rounding out your field tonight, but Carson Klinghoffer definitely ecstatic. The teammates wanting to celebrate together. What a win by Carson Klinghoffer. Congratulations there, buddy, but we're going to go ahead and get ready to get into these interviews. We're just going to play a little bit of a quick commercial, and we will get right into these interviews.
Racing isn't just about speed, it's about style. At DC Designs, we turn your vision into reality, creating high performance, custom paint jobs that make you stand out on the track. From bold, aggressive designs to sleek, minimalist styles, our designs bring passion, precision, and creativity to every project. Whether you're racing for fun or glory, your car deserves to look as fierce as it drives. Ready to dominate the track with a look that turns heads? DC Designs is your one-stop shop for custom iris and paint schemes. Visit DC Designs on Facebook today and let us know what you want. DC Designs, design for champions.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. We're getting ready to do these interviews. You see who we are getting ready to interview? It is Jared Fowler in the third position in the Nelson Roofing Ford Mustang Super Late Model. Hey, Jared Swalen, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, brother. Well, you come home in the third position. You almost had second right there. You were right on his bumper, basically pushing him around the track there towards the end. But just come up just a little bit short, man. How was the race for you?
Oh yeah, the race was pretty good. I think I was better on old tires than I was on new tires. When we had that caution on lap 70, I come in and put new ride size on. Got a little quicker there, but I think I was a little quicker on old tires. And I think that's what really hurt me there then, because I was quicker.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of strategy when it comes to these super late model races. But I mean, how was the track for you? I noticed that a lot of people they were all over the place, couldn't really get a good line running, man. How was it for you?
Yeah, I mean, I actually got the hang of it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was struggling there at the beginning of the race. And about halfway, I was getting the hang of it, and I figured out, the harder I drove it, the slower I was. And when I started driving a little slower, I got a lot faster. And after I figured that out, I started working my way to the front. And then when that caution come out, and I pitted, and I got a few positions off of that, and that's what really helped me there at the end. So I'm glad that worked out in my favor.
Yeah, definitely did work out, right there towards the end. Like you said, you able to get some positions right there. Come home in the third position. Had a good looking car all night, able to keep it up there. Early on, you were involved in a couple of incidents. Had a lot of right front damage on that car, but you were able to get it fixed and come back up towards the front.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't too much damage, and I was able to come in and not use my fast repair because I just knew there was probably going to be a bad wreck in front of me. So I was trying to save that fast repair that I had, and luckily I didn't have to use it. But I had it just in case.
Hey, it's always good to have right there towards the end to have that fast repair, just in case you do need it late on in the race, man. But congratulations on that third place finish tonight, obviously. But before we let you go and move on to the next one, are there any friends, family members, or sponsors out there you want to thank?
Oh yeah, I just really want to thank you for everything that you do for me, for making my paints and making sure that everything's took care of for me each week. And thank you for this broadcast that you do for us.
Well, it means a lot to me, man. Especially on the broadcast side. Try to do the best I can every week. Try to find a way to improve it every week. So definitely broadcasts are looking better this year, obviously with new stuff, especially new stuff in the computer, but obviously new stuff on the screen for these fans to view. But yeah.
Oh yeah, you sure made me a good looking hot rod too. Yeah, I'm glad we was able to park it on the front stretch for you tonight.
Yeah, that's right, man. It definitely did look good under the lights, but a lot of good looking cars here tonight that looked really good under these lights. But congratulations on that third place finish, man, and hopefully we can be back up here in the booth together next week.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, brother.
No problem, man. Alrighty, moving on to our second place finisher of Everett Larson in the 01. Everett Swalen, you got a copy?
Oh, what was that?
I'll ask if you had a copy there, brother.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Hey, man. Well, second place tonight, obviously not where you want to finish. You were that close to having the win. You're right there on his bumper. But you played the safe game. Didn't want to make any contact, especially with how this track is tonight and how it was. Definitely a lot of bumps and seeing it going down the front stretch, man. How was the race for you tonight?
It was pretty good. My car felt like decently fast because I started third, I believe. But yeah, overall, it was just really fast the whole time. I'm pretty glad I took the OL because off the start, I just saw a bunch of people checking up. So I was basically just trying to play the safe game most of the race. And then midway through, I think it was like 20 laps to go around there, right before the caution, whenever I got tires, basically the huge bump on the front stretch, I hit it and I didn't hit the wall, but it still gave me wheel damage. So basically, as I was catching up to Carson, I knew that either I was gonna tap him, and I think Carson's a good driver, so I think he probably saved it. And honestly, if I could have got to his inside, I think I would have pushed up into him and then caused a bigger wreck. So I just decided to let him have it. But I am overly enjoyed with the second place still. It was a good race.
Oh yeah, definitely a good finish for the points. Obviously, you and Carson first and second in the points right now. Having a good battle here in the points. Y'all are both doing an amazing job this season, man. You ran really good all race. You went to the back a couple of times, but you're able to drive back up through the field, obviously. Come up here and get a top 3 finish, finishing in the second position. How was it trying to get through all those wrecks and just trying to get through the traffic?
Well, I'd say it was pretty, honestly, kind of hard, but because I mean, obviously it's Oswego, but it was really fun to try to do that. Because starting in the back and then with a fast car is always super fun just to go back up through the field. And I'd say the biggest wreck that I saw at least was definitely the 111. I think he got right hooked. They gave him the OL, so he must have come up or something. But I have no clue. I'm gonna have to go and rewatch everything. But it looked like he just kind of got right hooked and then almost landed on top of my car. So it was almost race over for both of us because I'd already had to use one of my fast repairs because the 14 car, basically I check up and then the 14 car hit my rear end because I was trying to dodge a wreck. And then I became the wreck, but it was fine. And yeah, I was just overall, I only saw a couple wrecks and then I was involved in one, but it was really fun.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely fun to watch up here in the booth. A lot of good racing going on, a lot of side by side, a lot of dive bombs and things like that. But congratulations on that second place finish here tonight, man. But before we let you go for the night, man, are there any friends, family members, sponsors out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank my team just for picking me up and putting me on their team. I want to thank Food City. I want to thank Horla Joy, Quality Heat and Air, King Sport Fitness, Zamp Racing, my grandma and grandpa Larson, my mom and dad, and Burns Setups.
Alrighty, man. Well, like I said, congratulations on the second place finish. Definitely a good points day for you. And hopefully we can be back up here in the booth next week.
Yeah, fully. Thanks.
No problem, man. Have yourself a good night.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this moment you've been waiting for. Carson Klingelhofer back up here in the booth and back in victory lane again. He's done an excellent job. Picked up a couple of wins already this season. A lot of people probably watching the stream party already familiar with the name. He's been in the booth almost every week so far. So let's go ahead and bring him here and talk with him. Hey, Carson, as well, you got a copy?
No.
Alrighty, well. But man, it's good to see you back up here in the booth again and back in victory lane once again. You've become basically a name that everybody knows here in the booth, just from coming up here and finishing in the top 3 almost every race so far. So I mean, how was the race for you, man?
Long. Really long. But it was fun. At the same time, it was long and fun.
Yeah, definitely a long race. 100 laps here at Oswego. Oswego obviously being a very rough track, a lot of bumps. A lot of bumping around. The car bouncing up and down, going down the front stretch, going through the corners and things like that. I mean, how was it compared to the late model stock? How much different was it?
It felt like the car felt a little bit more tight as the run went on, but that's just us abusing our tires. But I didn't think it was as bad. I don't know if the ride heights are different in these or what is different, but it either has more travel or the ride height is up. Because it didn't feel like the bumps were as bad as the late model stock because I didn't hear the car bottom out every single corner. So it was a fun run that we had. It's just the mix up with a bunch of drivers throughout the whole race. It seemed like everyone had a different throttle point, braking point throughout this race, and it seemed like you just got to keep your nose clean. So there's a lot coming from me because apparently I can't drive clean, but it's kind of hard to do that when you got people changing their line every corner.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to predict somebody else's line. Obviously driving two different cars. Not the same person. So I can totally get behind what you're saying. Not able to predict what the guy in front of you is gonna do. Not know if he's gonna go high, go low. Just gotta kind of figure it out in the moment. But man, I mean, you come home with the win. I mean, how was it having to drive back through the field? Obviously, you're involved in a wreck pretty early on, and had to get the EOL. Man, how was it driving back through the field?
Well, it was surprisingly, I don't want to say easy, but it was pretty cool, easy to get back up to the top 5 because as soon as we had that restart, I don't even know what happened. I just saw a bunch of people go straight to the wall, and I'm like, as long as they don't come down, I'm happy. Because that means a bunch of positions for me. I believe we restarted in 4th, and I don't remember who's in 2nd, but we went at the same time. The guy in 5th didn't go, so as soon as I saw the corner open, I just backed out a little bit and dipped my car back down. I don't remember if it was 3rd or 5th, but I just remember being up front right after that and getting the opportunity to compete for the lead again. And then, oh wait, no, I got back in 4th, and then 2nd and 3rd were battling, so I stayed to the inside and passed the guy in 3rd, let the guy in 2nd drift up the track, put my nose beneath him, and then caught the leader. And then he drifted up, and I think I got really lucky with how I put my car in positions and where, but it could have been a little bit of skill, just a tiny bit. But we got the lead and kept it throughout the rest of the race. I mean, the only concern I had was save my tires, and if the field had tires, which I thought they all took their tires, but I was wrong. It was just me and Dalton that took our tires. Everyone else went and got repairs. So, we got that caution on like lap 76, 74, 76. That's when we took the green. And I heard Dalton say something about we might have taken our tires too early. I don't even know what lap it was when I took tires. It was like lap 40. I was just following Dalton in because usually he takes them on longer runs. So I was like, it's probably the best choice to take them now than later and have to fight through the field again. So that's what I did. And then we got that caution on lap 70. And I realized by the time this race is over, I'm going to have roughly a 60 lap old tire set compared to everyone else that just went and got brand new tires. So it's just try and get a lead as quick as possible and hope someone screws up. And I guess I just got lucky. But I guess sometimes you need a little bit of luck.
Oh yeah, racing is a lot of different things mixed into one. Luck, skill, a lot of different things mixed in. But like you said, you're able to persevere even on old tires after everybody else got their tires. You're still able to drive away from the field, open up a little bit of a gap. You won by I think about a half a second right there at the end. So you definitely did a really good job here tonight. You're able to keep it out front and come away with the win, man. So congratulations on that. And before we let you go for the night, are there any friends, families, sponsors out there you want to thank?
Yes, I'd like to thank the entire team at KW9. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, Nelson Roofing, Nelson Designs, and Megawatt Electric. Without all of them coming together and providing their services and anything that they do for us, and this probably would not be possible, or it'd be a lot harder on me. And so we just try and keep it working throughout the whole season and just run with what we got. And I'd also like to thank Dalton Creech for being able to give us the opportunities to race in these leagues by making them. It's a great series. I recommend if you're watching and you have iRacing to get in it. Message Dalton Creech. Get in the All-Star Racing League Discord. It's a lot of fun. And it's just a good time. We like to have fun, and it's pretty much all we do. Other than compete and get mad at each other, but that's a story we don't talk about.
Yeah, definitely a lot of high emotions in short track racing. A lot of people that really do take this to heart and want to do the best they can every week. Especially you, obviously running up front every week. I think you've been in the booth almost every race so far. So
Yes, we have.
I'm about to say you're definitely a familiar face up here in the booth with me. So man, like I said, congratulations on another win on the season, man. And hopefully you can keep adding to it.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll try and keep this luck scale going. I think, this is the third or fourth race of the season?
The third race.
Third, so I've been in here roughly 6 times.
Yes. Alrighty,
Yeah.
man. Well, congratulations on the win, man, and don't celebrate too hard.
Oh, dude, I'm tired. I ain't gonna be celebrating at all.
Alrighty, man. Well, you have yourself an amazing night, man.
All right, thank you. You too.
No problem. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're still here, thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Helps you out, helps me out a lot. Make sure to like also if you don't mind. Throw me a little like, helps me out. Helps me keep doing this every week. Tell your friends and family about this. Share it with everybody you know. Try to grow this and try to grow this league. Try to grow this channel. And hopefully we can keep doing this. Got a lot more races coming up for the rest of the season. Got a lot more coming up. Got some racing. Got some got a lot of different things. A lot to come. But this has been Team 9 Racing at TV with another race here from the All-Star Racing League. And I want to thank you guys for sticking it out and watching this. Also, shout out to Burns Performance, DC Designs, and Nelson Roofing being the sponsors of this broadcast. And I will catch you guys all in the next one.